Morning, Lourdes.
Good morning, Maria. How are you?
I'm doing really good today. I'm doing great. Not as complicated, almost complicated.
Yeah. No, I hear you. We've hit a couple of bumps in the road, haven't we? But
We're getting through
we're
it.
plugging forward.
We're definitely getting through it.
Yeah. And yet
Um,
again, I don't even have my mic in front of me. Goodness gracious. Um, is my sound okay? Let's do a sound check. Let's do a live sound check. Why not?
your sound is perfect. It's perfect.
I'm sorry. I'm a little giddy this morning. I don't know why.
Really? All right. Well, let's get started with something very important today. I'm, uh, everyone, welcome back to Coaching Conversations, where we explore how to create a calmer, more focused mind. I'm Maria Sadler.
And I'm Lourdes Leeper. Today, we're talking about something that we all struggle with, spending too much time thinking about other people.
Yes. And whether it's wondering what someone thinks of you or scrolling through the social media, over analyzing past conversations or comparing your life to others, it's exhausting and it pulls you away from what really matters.
Absolutely. When our thoughts are consumed by what other people are doing or saying, we lose focus on our own lives. And that's a huge mental drain.
Yes, that's right. So today we're going to help you take back control, why this happens, how to stop, and what to focus on instead.
Let's get into it.
All right, so let's start with this. Have you ever spent an entire afternoon replaying something someone said, wondering if they meant something negative?
Yeah, no, that was definitely me in my 20s. Another one is feeling jealous or annoyed that someone else is succeeding and thinking, why am I not there yet?
Well, it's exhausting, right? Because when we focus on other people's lives, we have less energy for our own.
Yeah. And, the worst part is most of the time these thoughts are based on assumptions, not facts. We assume someone is thinking about us, judging us, or has it better than we do. But is that really even true?
No, mostly it's not. So so people are really just too busy thinking about themselves to be thinking about us.
Yeah. And even if they were thinking about us, what then? Does their opinion actually change anything about who we are?
I don't know, right? So the first big takeaway is this: thinking about others too much drains our energy and steals our focus. It's not productive or meaningful. It's just a waste of mental space.
Right. So if we want to stop obsessing over others, we have to replace that mental habit with something better. And if so, step one would be becoming aware of when it's happening, bringing
Yes,
awareness to that moment, right?
right, right. We have to, be present, right? So the next time you catch yourself scrolling and comparing yourself, or replaying a conversation in your head, ask yourself, is this thought helping me? Am I focusing on something I can control? What could I be doing right now that actually benefits me?
And so if you ask yourself that question about, is this helping me? If the answer is no, this thought isn't helping me, then redirect your focus. Close the app, shift your thoughts to something constructive.
Yeah, it takes time, but it's training. If you practice being present, it's training a muscle. So the more you practice shifting away from unnecessary thoughts, the easier it's going to get.
Right. And that's a rule that applies to most things, right? Practicing makes it easier. But here's the part that changes everything. Instead of thinking about what other people are doing, start focusing on what you want to do.
Right, because every time you're spending time fixated on someone else is a moment you're not building your own life.
So ask yourself, what skill do I want to develop? What goal have I been putting off? What actually matters to me? What do I want to achieve? Who do I want to become?
Right. The key is shifting from passive thinking to active living, to being present and being aware of your thoughts. Like, you are not your thoughts by virtue of the fact that you can you can recognize these things as thoughts. That's not who you are.
Right. And when you're actually engaged in your own life, you naturally think less about others.
Right, right. And another big, which is a really big one, stop worrying about what other people think of you.
Again, another skill to cultivate, because here's the reality check. Most people struggle with liking themselves. They can't validate, accept, or approve of themselves. So should their opinion really matter so much to you?
And that's exactly right. And even if someone is judging you, what's the worst that's going to happen? Someone disapproves, they misunderstand you. That's their issue, not your issue. If you wouldn't take their advice, just disregard their criticism.
Yeah, and that is so worth repeating. If you wouldn't take their advice, disregard their criticism, because what really matters is your values, your mission, being true to yourself. And if you're seeking advice, let it be from those who genuinely support you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's insane that we would value somebody who doesn't even like themselves, and they're judging you. It's definitely. So let's give everyone some quick, actionable ways to start shifting away from these mental habits. First, catch yourself in the act. Notice when you're lost in thoughts about others and just gently shift back to something useful. And then ask, is this helping me? Is this thought, if this thought doesn't serve you, redirect your focus and limit the social media, because social media consumption, is not good. It's not healthy. Unfollow people who trigger you. Unfollow people who trigger unnecessary comparison.
Yes, and invest in yourself. Replace passive overthinking with active self-improvement and action taking. And stop seeking validation. Focus on your values, not external approval. Your mind is your space, so start filling it with things that actually build you up.
Amen to that. So to wrap this up, if you want more peace of mind, start reclaiming your focus. The less energy you waste on other people, the more you can invest in your own growth.
And so here's your challenge for the week. The next time you catch yourself overthinking someone else's life, pause and ask yourself, does this thought serve me? What can I focus on instead? Then shift your energy towards something that actually improves your life.
Your peace comes from where you put your attention. So choose wisely.
Thanks for joining us today. And if you found this helpful, share it with someone who needs to hear it.
And remember, your time and energy are yours, so use them well.
All right. Well, I think that's a wrap, Maria.